Chris Mann was a fan favorite on the second season of The Voice, and he's been busy performing and recording ever since. He joins me now to chat about his new album, Roads, and his stint on The Voice. Chris, great to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Congrats on the new album.
Thank you.
You know, you come from a classically trained professional background. How do you think that helped with the recording of this set, and how did it come through?
I do. I was an opera major in college, but I've always loved pop music, and so what I've wanted to do always, and sort of what happened naturally with my voice, is this combination of classic meets sort of a modern, sort of contemporary spin on classical crossover. So when I went into the studio, I just wanted to pick my favorite songs and make sure that the orchestration was there with symphonies and you know, like beauty, and just sing them, and it worked out really well.
Well, I know that Paul Anka actually redesigned a song for you, My Way. How did that come about? It was the first time he's ever done that.
Right. I mean, I'm a huge Frank Sinatra enthusiast, so my granddad was a big fan. I grew up listening to him. And when Ron Fair, my executive producer who actually signed Christina Aguilera, he brought that song to the table and said that Paul wants to rewrite it for you. And I was like, what? So it was so cool because the original talks about, and now the end is near, like Frank is at the end, but what if we spun it as like a 30-something younger, thank you, and said, and when the end is near, and really sort of talked about how I will do things my way. And that's how it ended up happening. And you know, my mantra on The Voice was that I had tried, you know, I've been doing this for over a decade, trying to make it in the music, and I tried to sort of affect my voice to fit in, or things weren't working out, and maybe people would like me better if I sounded like this, and it didn't. That was the worst idea. And I went on there, I said, I'm only going to sing this way, like take it or leave it. And so to have my way with that same message was like perfect. So I, of course, jumped on the opportunity.
Now, Christina Aguilera, your mentor, makes an appearance on Damien Rice's song. I love that song,
Thank
The
you.
Blower's Daughter. How did that all come about?
The Blower's Daughter was my idea. I'm a huge fan of the singer-songwriter David Gray, Damien Rice, the Swell Season, and those type of people. And I brought it in. Ron really didn't know the song very well, but as soon as he heard it, it's a beautiful song and haunting song. And there's a bridge with a female chorus, essentially, in it. And it was his idea to be like, what if Christina wanted to do it? And I don't know. I don't know if it was just because I would be like, I don't want to impose, or I don't want to. That's too much to ask. But she said yes, and we have now 2 duets together. I did the prayer with her on the show, and now we have The Blower's Daughter. It's amazing.
Do you guys stay in touch at all?
We do. I email with her at least like once a week, and you know, whether it's about The Voice or just about, you know, something stupid, probably something stupid. No.
Well, speaking of The Voice, you're returning to the show. What can we expect?
I'm super excited to be back on The Voice. I'm going to be singing my single, which is the title track off my record, called Roads. And I actually already went and did the staging earlier because we're in New York right now and I couldn't be there for the rehearsal later. So I've already seen what's coming. It's super dramatic and sort of what I used to do on the show, which is like very moody and dramatic and cinematic. And it felt really great to be back on the stage at The Voice, and I'm excited to sing for Christina again.
So what can you tell me about The Voice that, you know, as a viewer, we don't see?
The Voice has such a good energy about it, and Christina Milian and Carson and the coaches, and when we're all there doing dress rehearsal or in a commercial break, for example, it's kind of like fun chaos. It's kind of like kids in a candy store, and I think those are memories that I'll always have. When I would walk out, they walk us out like 30 seconds before the show starts and goes live, and we have a family section, and I would always be in total shock and disbelief that I was still on the show, and I would look over at my family and be like, well, here we are, like, let's see what happens, and everyone would kind of be doing the same thing, and then next thing you know, we're live and everyone's looking all stealth and blue steel, but we're really just like kids not knowing what's going on. And
then it's back to action, back to TV, and it's back to what we see, right? Oh my gosh.
In between, like, people are running around, people might be shots, there's fans are going nuts. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
How important do you think it is to actually win The Voice? I mean, you finished in 4th place, and your career is taking off right now.
Yeah. I didn't expect to make the show at all, and then to have almost won in the end was really, every day was just like a bonus. So I don't think you have to win the show. I think it's more important that you know who you are and know what you want to do after the show. And luckily for me, I had been it's that whole like whatever success means, preparation, opportunity, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's what it was, and I was ready for it. I knew what I wanted to do, and luckily I had people that believed in what I was trying to do. So when I had the opportunity, I just grabbed it and ran.
Well, great. Well, thanks for coming by today, Chris.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Chris Mann. His new album is called Roads. For this and all things entertainment, stay with CBSNews.com.